Welcome to the WRHA Day Hospital Nutrition and Falls Prevention video. So why is good nutrition important? It provides nutrients to help the body work its best and to keep you healthy. It gives us fuel for energy, keeps bones healthy and strong, and maintains muscle strength. These are all important for fall prevention. The good news is it's never too late to get the benefits of good nutrition. Take a moment and think about your average meal. What does a typical meal look like for you? As we age, our bodies need less food but may need more of certain nutrients. We need to eat a variety of healthy foods to make sure that we get enough of these different nutrients. The ideal meal plate can be broken down approximately like this one. Here you can see that about half of the plate is fruits and vegetables, a quarter of the plate is protein foods, and the other quarter is whole grain foods. It's also recommended that people make water their drink of choice more often. The Canada's Food Guide has had a makeover and may look a little different than you remember. It now focuses on a slightly different food grouping and has an emphasis on water and includes many suggestions for lifestyle. Let's take a closer look. Here are a few questions for you to think about. What is your usual choice of drink with a meal? How much water do you usually drink in a day? Why is water important? Hydration is important for all of your body functions, from lubricating joints to regulating body temperature and pumping blood to the muscles. So not getting enough of it can have serious health consequences. Good hydration can prevent skin wounds, constipation, urinary infections, kidney stones, blood clots, falls, low blood pressure, and dizziness. It can also help with diabetic control, thinking, and concentration. Here are a few things to think about. Did you know that older adults have less of a thirst response than younger people? Did you know that your body changes as you get older, and older people have less water in their body than younger people? But they still need as much to run their body systems. Did you know that signs of dehydration may not be obvious to older adults because they may look like symptoms that you might have from other issues or from medications, for example, dry mouth? Did you know that persistent dehydration can cause difficulty walking, confusion, rapid heart rate, or other more severe symptoms? And did you know that contrary to popular belief, restricting fluid intake does not reduce urinary incontinence? Some signs to look for dehydration in older adults may include headaches, dizziness, dark-colored urine, confusion, dry mouth, and constipation. Some people are not in the habit of drinking much water. Here are some tips that may help. Try it cold or hot. Drink water with your meals. Carry a reusable water bottle when you're out. Try fruit or herb-infused water or carbonated water for a change. Keep a cup of water nearby at home for easy access at all times. And try to have a full glass of water with your medications every single time. Water is recommended, but other foods and drinks can also help you keep hydrated. These include lower fat white milk or unsweetened fortified soy beverages, low sodium soups, vegetables and fruit, jellos and popsicles and juices also contribute to your fluid intake. And although it's not an exact number for everyone, most people should try to take in a total of 6 to 8 cups of fluid every day. There may also be times where you really need to try and drink even more. Can you think of some situations where you would need to drink extra? When it's hot, when you're exercising, if you're having diarrhea or vomiting, or if you're taking a particularly high fiber diet. Here's another question to think about. Are some fluids better to drink than others? We've talked about lots of good choices, but here are some options to choose less often. High caffeine drinks may not hydrate you as well, so the caffeine-free teas and coffees are a better choice. High sugar content drinks are also not necessarily good choices for many people, as they have empty calories with minimal benefit and can be a problem for people with diabetes or those who are trying to control their weight. Even fruit juices should be taken in moderation, because many of the healthy parts of the fruit are missing and you end up with a lot of sugar. On to the other food groups. Let's take a look at fruits and vegetables. How much fruits and vegetables do you typically eat in a day? You might remember from earlier that the guideline is to try to make half of your plate vegetables and fruit for every meal. These are a good source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and they're great snack choices as well. Sometimes it can be hard to access or keep fresh fruits and vegetables. The good news is there's great nutrition in frozen and canned fruits and vegetables too. You could say fresh is fantastic, frozen is fun, and canned counts. Here are some helpful tips when buying or using frozen and canned fruits and vegetables. Try to choose canned varieties that do not have added sugars or rich sauces with them. Canned fruit is better in juice than syrup, and if you can find canned vegetables without added salt, that's great. Or drain and rinse them first. The next food group is whole grain foods. Can you think of some examples of whole grain foods? You can find whole grain foods in varieties such as muffins, bread, crackers, and cereals, oats, rice, and quinoa, pasta, and barley. Why are whole grains better than refined grain foods? Whole grain foods are a healthier choice than refined grains because whole grain foods include all parts of the grain. They are higher in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The highly refined white breads and pastas lose much of the nutrient value and much of the fiber benefit as well. There are 3 parts to a grain. The bran, which is the outer portion, protects the seed. It contains fiber, B vitamins, and minerals. The germ is the nourishment for the seed. It contains B vitamins, vitamin E, minerals, and phytochemicals. The inside of the grain is the endosperm, which is the energy for the seed. This part contains carbohydrates, some protein, and some B vitamins. The bran and germ are removed when whole grains are refined. You may have heard of soluble and insoluble fiber. Most sources of fiber contain some of both. Soluble fibers are abundant in examples such as oatmeal or oat bran, nuts, seeds, beans, and fruit. Soluble fibers dissolve in water, and the combining with fluids helps to bulk up stools, lower blood cholesterol, and control blood sugars. This makes the difference between an apple and a glass of apple juice, for example. An apple may not have a severe impact on blood sugar because of the fiber in it, where a glass of apple juice may have a significant effect. Insoluble fiber is found in the skins of fruits and vegetables and in the bran part of whole grains. It's the roughage type of fiber and does not dissolve in water. It has significant benefits for digestion and gut health. While fiber can play an important role in regulating bowel movements, it's important that one takes in enough fluid with a high fiber diet to keep things moving. The last food group we're going to look at are the protein foods. What protein-rich foods do you usually eat in a day? If you're familiar with the Canada Food Guide as it used to be, you might have wondered what happened to the milk and dairy products. They are now included as protein sources. So protein food choices include lower fat dairy, lean meats and poultry, eggs, fish and shellfish, beans, peas and lentils, nuts and seeds, and fortified soy beverages and tofu. It is important to always choose good quality meats with a minimal fat that are not highly processed. Protein is needed for the structure and function of the body's tissues and organs. Meat or alternatives includes fish, poultry, and any other animal-based food, but also includes high-protein foods like tofu, beans and lentils, including peanut butter and nut butters. This food group provides protein and other nutrients such as zinc, iron, magnesium, and B vitamins. It's important to try and include foods from each of the food groups for every meal, and water is a great beverage choice. Here is one example of what one of these plates might look like. This concludes part 1 of Nutrition and Falls Prevention for Older Adults.